Hi everyone, it's Veroosh. Welcome to my channel. This is your weekly all sign reading. So we'll do a day by day assessment of how your week is going to go. I'm running out of time. It snowed today for the first time and it's not going to stick. It's warm, but the snow came and it's going to get dark within the hour. And these things take a while. So we're going to rush it a little bit today. So we're going to downplay the astrology because I just did an astrology breakdown for you guys 2 days ago. So now we're just going to do the tarot, if that's all right with you. And maybe I'll go in order, Aries to Pisces, to avoid any extra time usage. Because it gets dark here at about after 4. So with the snow and the thick clouds, I'm guessing we have an hour. So anyway, welcome back. And members, you guys have a video in the members only section. So it's nice to see you all. Before we get into it, I did want to just show you guys the chart for a minute and we can take a look at what's happening in the sky. So we're getting ready for Mars to enter into Sagittarius. That's going to happen next Monday. And overall, all the planets are on one side of the chart, giving a heightened emphasis on signs such as Scorpio through Gemini. But really, it's going to be Scorpio through Pisces that feel this energy the most. The moon is traveling through Capricorn at this time. Aquarius is entering, I think, today even. And then Pisces, and at the end of the week, will enter into Aries. It's important to pay attention to this because the moon is currently with Venus and she's about to go retrograde and she is conjunct Pluto in Capricorn. So this is kind of the beginning stages. If you watched my astrology overview for the eclipse, I mentioned that the sextile between Mars and Venus right now is very lucky for love. So this applies to this week. But it's also a part of a bigger cycle between Mars and Venus that started throughout the whole year. And now it's this final sextile before Venus retrograde. So it's really opening up relationship issues, all those kinds of things. Your need to talk to others and discuss where you stand. The beginning of the rehashing. So some of you might start hearing from ex-boyfriends, ex-girlfriends, ex-partners. People may want to start talking about things. People are intuitively wanting to step into this energy to rehash the past and to bring new life into this. I'm going to do much more in terms of astrology, so maybe this is enough for now. Just for this week, it's important to pay attention to Mars at the end of Scorpio. Mars is the ruler of Scorpio, so there's going to be some kinds of energies to do with that. Remember, there's still a sextile between Mars and Pluto. And so there is going to be that, like a show of force type energy. There might be a lot of very assertive energy around at this time, a lot of intensity. But also there is a square that's developing between Uranus and Saturn. It's the third and final one of this year. And so there is that grit between us and the system, us and the government, us and each other. And there is this sort of power struggle that's going on in these different frameworks. So if you're experiencing some of that, know that it's astrologically influenced, and if you don't like it, then know that it's temporary, and if you do like it, it's time for doing what you need to do to achieve your goals. And like I said just a moment ago, the Venus sextile to Mars touches upon Venus retrograde. That will start in a week, in a little bit or so, a week from now. And so then we will begin this whole rehashing of relationships. So this is going to be a nice reset that will take us right into February and March of 2022. So that's just a very quick kind of like, hey, how are you, astrology? I want to say hi to everybody who's here. Thank you for joining me today. And so this is a sun, moon, and rising reading. And you want to watch for your sun and then rising sign or moon. But it depends on your chart. If you have a very active moon, or if you have a very heightened rising sign, then it may overpower the sun. I think that it's a little bit misleading how people, especially astrologers, are pointing people to watch for their rising sign. I think that's incorrect. Our natal charts do not coincide with these general charts that we use here. These are general charts, and so they don't coincide with our natal charts. So using the rising sign is somewhat misleading, in my opinion. Okay, but watch for whatever resonates. Listen, if you are a Pisces and you watch for Capricorn, and if it just makes sense, that's okay. You watch for whatever makes sense for you, right? Okay, so I'm just going to remind you guys how this works, just so we can get back into it. So I put down 7 cards, one for each day of the week: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's kind of a pick a card style, so if you want, you can say this is Monday or this is Monday and so forth, but I'm going to read it chronologically like that, okay? And we are going to go a little bit faster, as I said. I'm weary of how much light I have left, and you guys liked my background, so I kept it. So this is from the eclipse reading, and it reminds me of Falkor, the dragon from the Neverending Story. So this is my dragon background, and if you don't know, the eclipse that just happened had a lot to do with dragons, and if you're interested in that, I'll link it at the end of the video if you want to know more. Okay, so the astrology video, I explained that already. All right, so let's take a look. Aries. Hi, Aries. I've been getting really good vibes from Aries. It's been a good year for me in Aries, to be honest, until now. For a while, I was struggling with the sign of Aries in the effect that I didn't feel as though I had a good connection with your sign. Even though I wanted one, I just felt like there was a disconnect there. And then something happened this year in which I felt like that was really not restored, but it was really reinforced, and I feel really good about our connection at this time. So Aries, 7 cards for you. And I know I have to talk less if I want to get through this in an hour. But I'm just excited. It's been September since I did a last live stream. So is everything good? I'll read your guys' comments after. And thanks for hanging in there, everyone. Okay. So on the bottom for Aries. Oh, it's a reverse. Look what I did. Aries got the reverse reading. Too late now. We'll reverse them all for good luck. So Page of Swords. I just grabbed my deck in the reverse. Okay. So Page of Swords. New beginnings of the mind. For today, we have the 4 of Pentacles. Maybe this is a time for you to stay home and relax, Aries. We have Judgment next for Tuesday. I think that you're working on some kind of idea. And then we have the Empress for Wednesday. There's an idea that you are dealing with this week in which you have to figure out where you stand, Aries. So you have to figure out exactly how you feel about something, how you want to decide about something, or what you think about a situation. And I think you need some time to figure things out, to figure out where you stand before you get moving. It's a big decision, so honor that, even if you have outside pressures trying to influence you from, to making a hasty decision or so forth. This is something that has to do with your autonomy and your personal strength. So make sure to honor that. You might want to take a bit of a diversion from what you do at this time. So you want to sort of go a different direction slightly. And so that may not sit well with everyone around you as they reflect like an old version of you. So be patient with that. Don't look for acceptance in others at this time. Look for acceptance within yourself. Thursday, we have the Hermit. I'm flipping the cards up because they'd be all reversed. It's a week in which I think you're going to be spending a lot of time reflecting. There's going to be a lot of time reflecting on what you want, Aries, and deciding what path is right for you. Then we have the King of Cups. So if you're in a relationship, Aries, or something like that, or you want to be in a relationship, there's really lucky energy for you in love. Specifically on Friday, there may be something special or heating up for you. As Mars enters into Sagittarius on Monday next week, your energy of love is going to be very boosted. There's going to be a better energy coming to you through love. So you might be feeling like the beginning stages of that. This Venus retrograde that I just mentioned in the beginning is not necessarily, how do I say, the Venus retrograde is not necessarily, how do I say this? It's not necessarily the most harmonious one for your sign because it's in the sign of Capricorn, which is a square for you. So be patient with love matters of the heart at this time. And especially it seems as though some things are coming up early and they're coming up right now. So don't get into the thick of it in love because it might just get more complicated down the line. So be patient. Take your time in love circumstances. Then we have the Knight of Pentacles, a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, secondary transits in air, Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. These are just rough guides. I really think that you're picking up to go in a different direction and you need some time this week, Aries, to really think about what you want. And then we have the King of Swords, lots of kingly decisions, lots of big decisions being made about life. You can't make everybody happy, Aries. You have to make yourself happy. And by making yourself happy, you guarantee the highest chances to make others happy as well. I think that maybe it's time for you, in some circumstances, to take a different course. Some of you might be changing directions with regard to people who you spend a lot of time with. You might be, starting a new friendship or connecting with someone on a new level. Something like that is beginning for you, okay? So sorry, this was just to the point and direct, but I hope you don't mind. So now let's look at Tauruses. Hi, Tauruses. Welcome to my channel. As I'm getting ready for Taurus, I forgot to mention to you guys, my website is going to be back up soon, probably in January, because I don't think I'll get to it before then. So if you want to get a reading with me before that, then you want to go into the description and in the comments. The direct link for buying it is right there, and then my regular website will be back up soon. Okay, so sorry about that. You guys know me. I always in the intro have like a couple things I want to say, and I always forget one. Okay, moving on. Moving on. Taurus. Okay, let's see your energy for Taurus. So again, Taurus, watch the intro if you want to know exactly. If you want to know exactly how to play this game. But this is your 7 cards for this week. Okay, on the bottom I have the Page of Pentacles. So we have a couple pages for the first 2 signs. A new financial beginning, new opportunities. Page of Swords next. So new information's coming in for you this week that you want to pay attention to. This is a breakthrough moment, a new opportunity. It's quite exciting. A different take on something that opens up your eyes. This is a part of the energy at this time. We have the Queen of Swords next. She's a Gemini. That's a slip, so maybe for some of you that's a Gemini. She's a Sag, Leo, or Aries, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Maybe. I feel as though you need to talk to someone about the information you're receiving this week. Somebody's going to give you some really good perspective, insight, intuition, good feedback. Somebody who's optimistic. So you're not looking at someone who is, very judgy or critical. This is a person who is optimistic, sees the bright and light opportunities, the chance, just the good luck in a circumstance. But I think that in order to feel good about the information that you're receiving this week, you will need to talk to this person. Then Wednesday we have the 9 of Pentacles, which is Venus in Virgo. I think that you have some kind of opportunity to do with money, but I think it's kind of new and it's big, which by big, I mean you're going to be dealing with people that are very professional or they're very good at what they're doing. And in comparison to you, they have a lot of expertise and or maybe they're just as interested in what you're going to be making money from as you are. I feel as though you're coming up against people who are very serious. And at this point, you might feel dwarfed by that. So you may feel like, wow, these people really know what they're doing, etc. So I feel like you need to talk to this person to figure out your bearings, because you're either in a new environment or around a lot of people who have a lot of what you want to have, and they're like a professional energy, a professional energy, people who you want to know, etc. Okay, so next we have the Three of Wands in the next card. There's still some time before things change, I think, for you, Taurus. I really think that the plans that you're making will lead you to really good directions, but I feel as though some things still need to work themselves out for that to happen. The fifth card, we have the Queen of Pentacles. Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. Here's a message for some of you. If you're dealing with someone who's not respectful of your time, meaning they cancel or they change plans on you or they call you last minute, you may want to watch your boundaries at this time with this person. So if someone canceled on you, maybe not be so eager to make plans with them the next time. If someone has a tendency to call you last minute for a date, like on Friday calling you, what are you doing? You may want to become busy. This is a message for some of you, not all of you. But if you're dealing with someone, especially on a romantic level, who's not respecting your boundaries or trying to push, their timing on you, you might want to get a little bit protective of yourself. It's all about boundaries for you, Taurus, whether you're single or within a relationship at this time. It's about not giving up who you are while still maintaining openness towards other people. Okay, then we have the Tower on Saturday. So there's definitely something that some of you guys are leaving, but you're leaving it for a better direction. So you could have been seeing job instability, volatility, swift changes at work, in the last while. I feel as though you're turning your back on some things that are not positive for you, and you recognize they're not positive for you, and so you're kind of leaving them behind. Remember, our bottom card is the Page of Pentacles, which tells me that there is going to be some kind of work opportunities that are on the other side of this. Okay, Six of Wands. This is a nice card here for Sunday. Hold on to your guns. Be strong and carry through. You're going to do well, and you need to have resolve. So let's just summarize this a little bit here for you, Taurus. I think that some new information comes in, and you're going to be up against or dealing with people who have like high expectations. They're high standard people, and you know this. You want to set a good impression, and you sort of feel overwhelmed by self-confidence. Can you do that? Can you feel? I think you're going to do fine in that environment. I think it's important for you to talk to someone about this, and in relation to a relationship, I think you need to watch your boundaries a lot this week. There's also a big change that surrounds you. I don't think it's new. I think you know exactly what I'm talking about. And I think that you're maneuvering away from that change to a better direction, and you're on your way to that at this time. So that sounds good to me. Okay, so now we're going to move on to Gemini. Hi, Gemini. Let's take a look at your week. So we have one card. Two. I'm going to do 7. If you're confused by what I'm doing, then just go and switch to the beginning. I explain it there. But Gemini, big thing for Gemini, of course, is that the North Node is leaving Gemini. So it's been a good year for Gemini. It's brought a lot of clarity to a lot of things in your life. I think it probably put a lot of things into place. And I think that you've gotten this, after some choppy waters in 2019 and 2020, hopefully you're seeing like a better direction of navigation. Like you sort of know where you're going a bit more. Okay. So the North Node will start shifting into Taurus, and the emphasis on your sign is going to sort of decrease at this time, but now you're sort of on your way. So cherish what you have, take care of what you have, and you'll do great. We have the King of Pentacles next, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. secondary transits in fire, Sag, Leo, or Aries. Sorry, I'm sitting on my hip. Oh, there's my yoga block. I use my yoga block for, these are really old, sorry, to support my knee, and I'm sitting on my hip, and it's just kind of killing me crazy. So, okay, sorry. Once this is going, I can't move around too much because I'm scared I'm going to knock everything down. Okay, so Knight of Pentacles, Gemini. Okay, King of Pentacles, sorry. I really feel like this trajectory of the North Node in Gemini has set you on a really good path. A lot of BS that had been in the way in 2019 and 2020 has been dissipated. Just as a reminder for those of you who are new, that is because all those transits in your 8th house of change and transformation in Capricorn. So the same transits that, kind of contributed to the illness that's going around, that started that illness, and the eclipses in those signs were in your 8th house, meaning that you had one of the most difficult transits, especially Sun and Rising Gemini. So with the North Node in Gemini since May of last year, there's been a lot of restructuring and cohesion and being reset on a good path. So you kind of got your bearings after turbulent water. So I think the King of Pentacles represents that. It can also represent people who are around you, who are very important to you. So there could be literally a human being, a man or a woman, who you depend a lot on and who's bringing you a lot of positivity. Okay, in the first house, in the first position, Monday, we have the 7 of Wands. Yeah, stick up for what you want. I think Geminis are very self-assured, right? So you know what you're doing, you know why you're doing it. But with the 2019-2020 transit, you probably started getting fairly shaky, right? And so now you're back. Maybe this week you're observing how the North Node in Gemini has brought you back into that self-assuredness. This means that if you confront a Gemini, Geminis are tolerant and accepting of what other people tell them. But if you confront a Gemini, they will really want the facts. They'll want the details. They'll want to change their mind in a confrontational setting. They want to see the proof. So you're back into that strong position of self-assurance. So that's nice. And then we have the Page of Swords, Gemini. There's going to be new insight coming for you. Now, the Page of Swords has shown up in the first 3 readings. So, and I shuffle completely random. There's no chance for a double up. So the Page of Swords is important. I'm guessing it's probably something to do with the current transits. The moon will be in Aquarius. So that's an air sign. So that's important at this time. I just feel as though some new information is coming in that's going to be benefic for you, that's going to bring positivity in for you, and you want to look out for that. Then we have the Knight of Pentacles, a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Nobody really knows what your agenda is. Nobody really knows what you're up to. And I think that you're pretty happy with that. So I think that you're working on some kind of secret project or trajectory, have something brewing in your head, whether you've acted upon it or not. I think that there's some direction that you're taking that's going to take you out of your current circumstances in the future. And I feel as though if anybody confronts you with regard to anything right now, you're sort of like not so pressed for it because you're going in a different direction. So your attention is elsewhere, but other people may not know that. We have the 4 of Pentacles. Yeah, very reserved energy for Gemini. Very like, I'm working on things behind the scenes. I'm not going to let so many things bother me. Overall, you might feel like you have the right people in your corner at this time. And so you're not want for need, right? Like you don't need approval and you don't need reinforcement. Then we have the Star. Very, very lucky week for love for Gemini. So pay attention, Gemini. Especially Friday, dating, connecting with a loved one, answer the phone, make the plan, be very open and receptive. On Saturday, we have the King of... This could be a weekend of love for Gemini. Look at this Star and the King of Cups. So I think saying no to the right things, when they say choose your battles. Say no to the right things, because there's some really good things coming in through the weekend for you. And then the King of Wands, Sag, Leo, or Aries secondary transit. So a lot of you being surrounded by friendly people, people with whom you get along, people who you understand, and people who are supportive of you. I have a feeling that through the week, Monday through Friday, you might be dealing with a lot of secondary people in your life, people who are not so close. And come this weekend, I think you'll be spending time with people that are good for you and they'll help you charge up. So meaning don't spend all your time and energy navigating these people that really don't matter. Come the weekend, you'll be in the right company and things will move more smoothly. And if you're trying to figure something out, Gemini, like about which way to go and what to do with your life, I think that this weekend, if you're struggling with that this weekend, you might be able to figure it out. Okay? Okay, so Cancer's next. Hi, Cancer. Welcome to my channel. Let's take a look at your cards, okay? So I almost turned it up. What can we say about Cancer? Well, you know, the last year and a half for Cancer may have been a little bit of a rocky business. You came off of the North Node in Cancer to the North Node in Gemini, and so it may have felt very out of worldly and not necessarily so much control over your environment. So this next transit, the North Node in Taurus, is going to be very nice for you. It's going to bring you more, just more, how do you say, presence, and you're not going to feel so disjointed from the world around you. So that's nice. And it started, you can already kind of feel it now. So Ace of Wands, new beginning. So be on the lookout for a new beginning, a new path, a new chance in a new direction. Let's see the next card. We have the Knight of Swords. Somebody's going to tell you, maybe today even, somebody's going to tell you their mind. Somebody's going to tell you what they think, what their opinion is. It might be forceful. It might be unexpected. It might come out of nowhere. Hear them out. Also, this is a kind of a warning. Be wary. You might be aware that someone's looking for a fight with you, in which case, you know what to do, what's best for you. But I think that avoidance is like a good idea. And then on Tuesday, we have the Five of Wands. And so I think you're dealing with people's frustrations that are not your own. Someone or people in your environment have become frustrated or agitated by circumstances that are happening that you don't have control over. Let sleeping dogs lay. This is reminding us that you're going in a good direction. Look at me, I'm all business because we're at half an hour. I think I can do this in the hour. So then we have the Wheel of Fortune. If you're just popping in, Cancer, to watch just this segment, I only have an hour before it gets dark. So sorry I'm being direct like this. Listen, other people's problems are their own. Don't get stuck in other people's problems. You have new directions coming. They're still struggling in the same circles of frustration that maybe you were a part of in the past, but that's no longer your set of circumstances. Then we have the Justice as the next card. If you feel as though others are impeding on you with regard to fairness, justice, anything legal, I feel like be patient with this. There's going to be a way through this and it's going to lead to a nice outcome. So also if there's like things that are unjust, how do you say this? If there's gossip or rumors or things that are out of your control that you feel underneath, I feel like those things, like essentially other people acting crazy and you're like, what am I going to do with this? I think that justice will prevail. Things will work out. It's going to be fine. And then we have the Two of Pentacles, which is, what is it? Mars or Jupiter in Capricorn. So everything has an up and down. I feel like there's a lot of PR that you're going through, Cancer, which means that you're, presenting for others a certain energy or vibe in order to accommodate them, in order to, how do you say this? In order to accommodate them, in order to make nice with them, and so forth. The next energy is the Four of Pentacles. this weekend. We're heading into Saturday. I think that there's definitely something that you're tiptoeing around, and I think it's a good thing that you're tiptoeing around it. And as you kind of get away from that energy, where you're going is very productive. So, don't cast pearls before swine. Don't get involved in dirty circumstances. If somebody's fighting, it might not be on you. You have better things on the horizon. So just wait. Also, you might feel as though some of you, now this isn't a message for all, but some of you guys might really be struggling with your partner. I sense that Cancer's dealing with an out of control person around them. And I don't mean out of control like crazy, although that's a possibility as well. You're dealing with someone on whom you don't necessarily have control over their conduct and their behavior. So you're just hoping it's going to work out for the best, but yeah, you're not able to affect their decision making, and that's kind of where the stress is coming from. And then we have the Four of Cups. That person might come through at the weekend, the end of the weekend, with an apology. I really feel as though you're sort of watching someone either be self-destructive or be somewhat dangerous to you, but not like extreme danger. I just mean in some way they're doing something that's not a good energy. But I think that there's a chance that they'll come through with an offer and apologize. I really think you should pull out of this situation, do your own thing, because you're going in good directions. If someone's trying to draw you into a conflict, they're going to be the ones who are going to be bringing the apology to you, Cancer. So, it is what it is, but you're onto new things as well. There'll be a lot of people onto new things as the North Node moves into Taurus. Leos, meow meow, welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me today. Let's take a look at your cards. It's so dark. I'm so sorry, guys. Can you guys see the cards okay? I'll check after Leo what you guys say. Okay. So for Leos, the Leo energy is fine now. It's not, I don't believe that your energy is complicated with anything. I'm not looking at the chart. Let me see. No, I think overall Leos are kind of left to their own devices at this time. There's not too much going on in Leo for the foreseeable future. So you have a lot of breathing room to just figure out what you want. Jupiter and Saturn are in Aquarius, which is opposite your sign. So that is significant to an extent, for the purpose that at some point you can really reflect on your life with a sense of distance, and you can make decisions without direct consequences. So you're free to choose, and you're free to kind of set the course of what you want to do at this time without your energy being required by other things. On the bottom we have the Sagittarian Temperance card. How can I forget? So easy does it. I really feel like you need to step into things softly and gently. 10 of Pentacles, your overall energy for this week and at this time has a lot to do with communication with family members, the people that you're closest with, and building a great camaraderie with the people that you love. Then we have the 7 of Pentacles. That's an interesting one. Listen, you have some good things coming, but you have to save your money. You have to sort of be conservative financially at this time. Wait for things to come into their own. There's a huge thing of you have a lot going on, Leo. You have a lot of good. Wait for the good to sort of come into its own. If you've invested money or if you're putting effort towards something for financial outcomes, those are coming. You just have to be patient with them. Then we have the 5 of Pentacles, lots of focus on money, openness towards others. I think that one of your motivators is really lack of money. I think some of you are really dealing with fears around not having money as a justifiable fear. So it gives you a lot of energy to work hard towards achieving what you want to achieve. The next message is the 3 of Swords. I think that you're really coming from a place where you've been hurt and there's been some struggle. So I think that that's really motivated you to change your life. Financial difficulties. And when we have financial difficulties, when we go through difficult times, we see what people are like. That's what this Three of Swords is. And I think that, you know, as difficult as those moments are, when we see the writing on the wall about how people treat other people who are in a difficult situation, when we see the writing on the wall about that, it's difficult, but the silver lining is now you know who you're dealing with. It's common, just so you know. So don't feel like, you know, this is an anomaly. This is actually something people that go through things experience a lot. So you might have recently experienced, you know, people not be doing for you what you have done for them, especially maybe family members, because this card came here. But good things are coming. Don't react. Don't address it. I really feel like there's going to be a turnaround with that. Maybe not with these specific people, but if not with these people, then you will be going in a direction of people who won't do that. So it's a necessary step. You're vulnerable at this time. There's a vulnerability here and a sensitivity here that's going on. So in terms of being open to other people and allowing them to mess around with you, I think that you want to be a little bit, how do you say, you want to be tentative with it, you know, with how you're open to people, maybe not rushing into somebody else's arms if one thing is not working out, just really waiting and seeing and taking time. Then we have the Four of Wands in this position, making your own happiness in your home, taking care of yourself. And what seems at first like a difficult step because other people are falling through for you. Someone, it might not be everyone, but just a few people are falling through for you. It might feel awkward to reframe that and focus on your own energy. But I feel like once you do, by Saturday, you are going to be feeling much more better about yourself, and you're going to be the lighthouse, meaning you're going to have the energy that's going to attract other people to you. You're going to be the light in the darkness, and it's not going to feel as heavy as when you start. So focusing on yourself and ignoring this BS at first may feel awkward, but by the weekend, it's going to be very satisfying. And then on Sunday, we have the Strength card. So this is nice for the end. This is your card, Leo. I just feel like you have to get past someone. Part of being wonderful people and part of being strong is being vulnerable and taking that risk that others may hurt us. And that's being brave, right? That's strength. And so sometimes we're open and kind and vulnerable. We make ourselves vulnerable in front of people who don't deserve it. And so it hurts when we realize that. But that does not undercut, it actually reinforces your personal strength. So what I'm saying by that is by the end of the week, you will be stepping into that sense of self-assuredness. So take care of yourself, Leo. Good things are coming in the outcome. In the interim, yeah, someone might be, you know, just not playing along or not playing fair, but that's not on you to reconcile or try to fix. It's for you to sort of let them be and move on. Okay. So Virgo's next. These are intense readings. Sorry. I don't do a live session for a while. It's like boom, boom, boom. But I know Pisces. Pisces will forgive me, but I wouldn't forgive myself if I didn't get to Pisces by the end of today. And it's already every single second it's getting darker outside. So, and the screen, the recording is darker than it is in here, like live. And so I tried to fix it, but I wasn't able to. So I'm just worried that even before sunset, it's going to get dark. Virgos. Hi, Virgos. Welcome to my channel. Virgo, similar story to Leo. There's a lesser emphasis in your sign at this time. So that's a good thing. The moon will be in your opposite sign of Pisces towards the end of the week. That will prove good for self-reflection, understanding, Neptune is opposite Virgo at this time in Pisces, and it's affecting Virgos that are born in late September the most because it's in the last 5 degrees, 6 degrees of Pisces, and Neptune's aspected at this time. And so therefore you might be kind of dealing with like, what is reality? You know, all Virgos, but especially those ones born in September. What is reality? What is the truth? Coming into your own a little bit more. I know Virgos have been waiting this Neptune transit out for a long time, and it spoiled our Jupiter transit in Virgo a couple years back, if you remember. So it's been a long, arduous journey with Neptune. It could affect our relationships, right? Because it's in the 7th house. And despite the fact of wanting to know the cold, hard truth, it feels for Virgos as though it's perpetually evasive. I believe that's going to change once Neptune moves into Aries. So for the time being, we're going to be hitting waves of, you know, lack of clarity. The fog will come settling in over and over for Virgos. Okay, so Virgo, 4 of Wands, happy home. Look at this. You get to be at home this week. At home, comfy, happy. Yay. Okay, so Monday we have the 3 of Cups. Somebody wants a reunion, Virgo. Somebody misses you. And this is normal because Venus is retrograde in Capricorn, another earth sign, starting in a week and a little bit. So you might be feeling some of the beginning parts of that. Mars is also in Scorpio, water sign. That's a sextile angle to your placements. And so that could be really triggering, you know, people who have transits in Virgo, and especially at the end of Virgo, that there could be a lot of relationship stuff that's coming up. And especially established relationships, people who you already have a romance with, some level of partnership or a relation. Okay. Oh man, look at this. Are you guys having dreams about the one that you love? Because the 6 of Cups is about soulmate. Virgos, if you're having dreams this week, it is possible that you're having dreams about your soulmate. So if you're having dreams about a person and you're like, man, like, why am I dreaming about this person? Might be your soulmate. Your subconscious might be saying something. If it's not your soulmate, it could be someone who is a part of a soulmate narrative. So something you need to know about love and relationships. Then we have Page of Swords, Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra, secondary transits in Earth, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. This card showed up for a lot of people. I feel like it's a fresh take on an old relationship that you're dealing with, Virgo. So a new way of looking at a relationship, something from the past, last judgment. Making a big decision might be a part of it. Although I don't feel like big decisions will stick at this time, because when Venus hits retrograde, then you're going to see more development in your relationships. So big decision, if you make a decision about something this week, Virgo, now this is only if you are making a decision, it might prove extremely lucky. So if you feel like you're getting pushed to make a decision, that might not be so bad. It might be a very, very lucky outcome. Let's see the next message. We have the Sun. So lucky for love this week, Virgo. So out of all the signs so far, I think Virgo's got the lucky love reading. As lucky as they come. It's there's a lot of like love on the mind, or two people thinking about each other. There's a lot of like longing for a past relationship or wanting reconnection. So if you want a relationship, if this is what you want, making up with people, also looking at things from a new perspective to improve upon what you have, and becoming closer with your partner if you're already in a relationship. So all those sorts of different levels are happening for Virgo this week. And then Saturday we have the 5 of Swords, self-doubt. You're putting yourself out too much, Virgo. So it's like all these things are driving you in terms of self-confidence. And so you're being transparent, you're being in the open, you're letting in too much. And by Saturday, you're going to get self-conscious. Did I say too much? Did I share too much? And then look at Virgo, Queen of Pentacles. She also came up a lot. So go back to your boundaries by the end of the week. But I say be creative this week, Virgo. If you're inspired to open yourself up to someone, if you have feelings for someone, or if you're just alone, play into the energy. If you're feeling romantic and sensitive and all these things, if you're just bombing around your house and, smelling all the flowers and watering all the plants or whatever you do, enjoy it. And then you'll know by this weekend that you will get back to basics and refocus, so you can push the envelope in terms of relationships this week. And remember, if there's a decision coming your way, if you're making a big decision, it might be very, very lucky. Like a big decision you can't really go back on. Okay, Libra's next. Libra, the Hanged Man just popped out as I was shuffling. The Hanged Man means be patient. And that's a message for all the signs, frankly. I think there's a level of things are going well, just be patient. Things are going well, the setup is well, but there's a lot of changes up ahead, and you have to be patient for those changes. One, let's see, two. Okay, sorry, I was just thinking. So Libra's another one of those signs. There's not many transits in Libra right now, am I right? Yeah, there's nothing in Libra. And so there's more of a reflective energy in the signs of, let me tell you all of them. Stars in Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, and a little bit of Scorpio. All those signs on that side of the zodiac are more reflecting, paying attention to their life, what's going on, like, assessing and deciding what they want and what they don't want. It's a good time. So then we have the Ace of Swords, Libra. So important communication. The one thing you should be attentive for this week is communication, and is having a conversation, exchange of information, new information coming in. Okay. Then we have this again, Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords can be a Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius, but to me, this really signifies that there's someone who's coming in for a confrontation. Now, this could be a positive one, like we need to talk about this, whatever. It doesn't have to be like a negative space, but someone's really pushing hard for a hard conversation. They want it now. And with the force at which he's going, I'll show you, it may be unexpected. He might just be like, boom, he's coming now. Next message is the Fool. Okay. So you might get an insight this week, Libra, into a new dawn. A new dawn is dawning. A new day is dawning. There's a new beginning on the horizon. You may not be seeing it in your life, but you might get some insight about it. So pay attention. It might come as some type of intuitive insight or some other kind of important piece of information where it clicks in your gut and you're like, oh, this is the new path. So pay attention for that. Don't miss these opportunities. I'll always tell you guys when something like this comes up, because if we can respond to the stimulus of our own intuition telling us, go do this, we would be so successful. But we always struggle with denouncing ourselves, the things that our hearts and minds are telling us, our gut is telling us. And so just honor what you perceive this week. It's just a friendly reminder. A 9 of Wands here. I feel as though you're drawing away from this person in this circumstance. You're standing away from someone else. You're pulling yourself away, maybe even being a little bit alone, choosing to be alone. Maybe it's for work, but I feel as though you're very much working on being distant with someone or a situation, sort of allowing them to do what they're going to do anyway, and kind of letting them go be foolish and whatever. Thursday, Queen of Pentacles, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, secondary transits in water. You have a good friend who's going to tell you things from the heart. And I think that you need a good mirror at this time. Libras, you know how like the tough kid sort of gets overlooked about the things that they struggle with. So if you're like the tough, successful kid, sometimes you miss nurture because people assume that you're fine, right? So I'm getting this kind of vibe. Libras can, whether you are very social as a Libra or not, you're perceived as a social bird, and that people like that you're self-sufficient. And even though that's true, Libra is very self-sufficient socially, you still need a good friend. You still need someone who's going to trust you, who you can trust, and someone who helps to mirror for you healthy boundaries, because we're human, right? So it's very easy for us to get influenced by our environment, and you need like that energy of just genuine care and someone, truth, loyalty on your side. So look for that person. They'll want to spend time with you this week. And yeah, that's in your corner. New love on the horizon, Libra. So this is a huge message about the chances of new love are good right now. New day is dawning. Just enjoy this for what it is. It's not saying anything beyond that. It's just saying there is ample new opportunities of love and new relationships around you. And then we have Two of Cups. I like this. See? Two of Cups, love. It just feels as though some of you guys really broke up with someone, possibly, or have distanced yourself from someone, a friend who's not a friend, and you feel like you're autonomous, but then you still need like a good person on your side. So turn to those people, and at the same time, there's a lot of good love energy brewing. Here is the last card, the Empress, Venus energy. I just feel as though it's almost like you have something good going for yourself. You have new good things that you cherish and you get to enjoy this week. Well, the past is sort of a factor still. The past happened in the way that it happened. You can't change it. It is what it is. And yet it's not resolved, but it's not necessarily only up to you to resolve it. So you're kind of dealing with what's happened and the way it is. It is what it is. Sorry, Libra. But yeah, be happy about nurture all these wonderful new little things that have come up in your life. This isn't saying that any one of them is going to be like the next big love affair, the next big thing. But I think it's something enjoyable, and I think it really feels sweet and like good experiences are for you to have. And I would say cherish those and kind of relish in them, okay? Okay, Scorpio. Hi, Scorpio. So last week of Mars in Scorpio, I'm wondering how many Scorpios got into fights this week or last week. And it's not only that, Mars is aspecting Pluto, especially right now. So there's this big, like, don't mess with me. Like, you know, I have a bat in my hand and I'm not afraid to use it kind of energy. So yeah, just this influence of this transit may be on you now. But also Scorpios are in a beautiful transit. You and Capricorns have this really good transit of love, and not with each other possibly, but just on your own. There's the Mars in a sextile to Venus at this time is really leading the way into this Venus retrograde cycle that we're about to begin. And it's going to be like you're tied into that Venus retrograde cycle because of this, because of the Mars connection this week. And it might be really opening things up for you in love, in relationships, in relation with relatability with other people and so forth. Okay? All right. So let's see what's next. I'm just grabbing 7 cards. Okay, so we see on the bottom, we have the Hanged Man. Either there has been a lot of waiting or there is still a lot of waiting involved. There's a lot of being patient and not spoiling things for yourself. Okay, so Queen of Wands, a Sag, a Leo, or an Aries, secondary transits in water, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. I have a feeling that you either met someone while you were feeling very spunky. You met someone on a good day. I don't know if you guys have these. I have them. It's like when your hair's good, or when your makeup's good, or you're dressed like you met someone on a good day, if you know what I'm saying. And you were in a good mood, or you were feeling particularly witty or something like that. And I think that like you like yourself this way, but now you're worried about keeping up appearances, because like not all the time do we look like that, or that we are able to maintain momentum. So I think you're a little bit wary. So you met someone in a peak day when you were feeling at your best, and now you're like, oh man, can I actually maintain that frequency? Okay, so we have the world next. There's something really good that's coming to you, Scorpio, from the world. Something like in a global scale. There's just good things that are coming to you from far away. And yeah, it's all a part of this. I think you hit your stride on something very recently. So something was really good, very positive, led to good things. Okay. The Sun. Very lucky. Look at this. What is all this self-doubt about? I really feel as though some things have happened for you in a good way. And so maybe the full moon in Taurus had begun some things for you of a good nature. And now we're waiting for the full moon. I guess it has to be the full moon in Scorpio before they come into fruition. Maybe this is what I'm getting intuitively. I feel as though some good karma was unused. So you had like extra karma that no one knew about, universe didn't know about, and said, oh, there's some good karma for Scorpio that they haven't been dealt yet. Because this feels like a really good stream of luck. So good, lucky time for you. And then we have Five of Swords. A lot of people are having misunderstandings between each other. There's a lot of just people not on the same page, or when you're happy, they're unhappy. Ignore, it's not worth it. Then we have the Empress next. So I don't think you need to chase Scorpio. I think it's going to come to you. But there's a reminder that you might have to wait. So you met someone, or you have just met someone, or you have just gotten on with someone, or there's been some movement in relationships in a positive direction. And this is saying that like just you want to do something about it, but this is saying like just wait and see. And then we have Fool. Good things coming, Scorpio. This is a good week for you. This Mars is going to be a really good payoff energy. And then we have the Star. Look, look, look. Don't doubt this connection. Don't doubt whatever has happened in your life of a positive nature. I sense that there's a lot of like doubt that's going on here, but I don't think you should doubt. I think you should feel confident and trust the process. Okay, so I am going to try to, because it's getting so dark, you guys. See, I told you it was going to happen like this. But look, I can do through the magic of computers. Because I tried to do this before, but then it just washed everything out. Look at that. That's better. It'll save us for the next several minutes as we do the last 4 signs. So Scorpio, have a good day. Very, very lucky week for you. Okay, so next sign is Sagittarius. Hi, Sagittarius. How are you? So let's take a look at your energies at this time. Okay. 1, I guess I should say something to Sagittarius about their sign. I was thinking about something else. Okay, so happy birthday, you guys. I guess it's your birthday month. Sorry, I'm a little out of whack. It's the end of the South Node in Sagittarius. Actually, if you want to know, I feel like my entire astrology video for the eclipse was for your sign. So if you want to watch that video, I go into it pretty deeply. I spent 40 minutes. So even though I'm talking there about larger trends and stuff, that applies to your sign a lot, because that eclipse was very, very important. So, and it's something that you want to pay attention to. How do you say this? For the next while. For you, that eclipse and what I said there is an energy, and this is true for everyone, but specifically for your sign. That energy of this new moon eclipse that had just happened is going to be with us for a long time. It's one of those things that sets a precedent. So, yes. And I think in that video I said that the moon, the light of the maybe I did say it right, because then I have to watch it again, but I said that I basically described a lunar eclipse instead of a solar eclipse. I was just tired and I had a migraine, so I just said the wrong thing. But solar eclipse, of course, if you were watching and wondering, is when the moon is, hold on, when the earth, the solar eclipse is when the moon obscures the light of the sun, right? And so we have like a blackout situation. That's the right. I don't think I said it right, but it was only seen in the Antarctic, South Antarctic, the Antarctic, and parts of South Australia, New Zealand, and South Africa. So, okay. But yeah, very big eclipse for Sagittarians. Watch that if you want to know more. If you guys are interested, I like that part about the dragon. So if you guys, I was thinking of doing more on the dragon. If you guys want to know more, then let me know in the comments. Okay, so this is your energy. Not expected, not unexpected, the death card. So with that eclipse, for you, with the South Node going through your sign for the last year and a half, you've done a big release of who you've been and who you, like what your thing is, how you come from, what kind of things you come from, what kind of things motivate you. And there's been a big severance of that with this South Node. This last year and a half was a big purging, and this eclipse would have been the pinnacle of everything you've learned and everything you've gone through, especially you, Sagittarius. So I wouldn't be surprised if some kind of change didn't show up in your life somewhere. There, I said it. Okay, so Queen of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. I think you're very much in your feelings at this time. You know what your heart wants, and it's a very emotional time for you at this time. You know exactly what's important, and you follow through with it. I wouldn't be surprised if a water sign person is not a close friend of yours at this time, if you're not spending time with such a person. Okay, then we have the Queen of Pentacles, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, secondary transits in water. You're getting advice from people around you on how to deal with circumstances. I feel as though you've done, when people do a lot of self-work, they sort of pull back from the world and from their interactions with others. I think you need like mediators for this process, because your natural instinct is not to connect with others at this time. So a couple friends around you at this time makes a lot of sense as you sort of touch base with them after all your changes. You can test on them who you are now that you've made personal changes. You can figure out who you are, how they respond to that, get familiar with it. Tell them like the new things you're thinking. So a couple good friends in your corner is a good thing. And one of them is going to be telling you about personal boundaries. You may be trying to do something and a friend might be advising you to go slow. Pay attention to that person. They're very insightful. Then we have the Seven of Wands in this position. You may feel as though defending yourself against someone or someone's accusations or someone's assertiveness you're wondering whether or not that was the right move. That was definitely the right move, and it put you in a good direction. You continue, don't falter, don't give up, protecting yourself or protecting your position. Then we have the Nine of Pentacles. There's something very good financial around you, Sagittarius. And so this financial thing will bring a lot of success and a lot of wonderful things. Then we have the Three of Wands. Some of you guys are waiting for love from far away. This could, for some of you, you're waiting for someone who is far away. Either they're emotionally far away or they are physically far away from you. And I feel as though you're kind of like using these friends of yours, or not in a bad way using, but like asking them to help you, because you're in a circumstance in which someone you care about is not close. And I mean a romantic partner, romantic interest, or your partner. It feels far away, and it feels like you're waiting for them a lot. And again, stick to your guns in that, even though you might be doubting your decisions at this time. Ace of Wands on Saturday. I think Virgo got this as well. No, it wasn't Virgo, some other sign. Good omen. New beginnings are coming up for you. I feel as though you're in a bit of a lull, honestly. I believe it's a little bit of a slow time. And it's kind of a weird space because you're waiting on something or someone. And you need to kind of stick with what you've said or what you've done. There's not much room to start something new, and yet the things have become around you a little stale. And so new things will come in soon. That's the Ace of Wands. But you can't really make those things happen because you have a lot of different things going on that are not necessarily ending. So you're in a stale situation, but you can't really make too many changes. But on Saturday, you might get insight on something new that you will get to enjoy soon. So that's wonderful. And then we have the Hermit. Take some time on Sunday by yourself. I'm telling you, you have too many things going on, Sagittarius. If it's your birthday on Sunday, I'm sorry. But yeah, take some time off this week for yourself. It just feels like a lot of different things for you to consider, a lot of different things that you need to figure out. And I think it's in your best interest to just spend some time alone and decompress all that stimulus. I'm sensing too much information, too many things going on. Okay, so now we have Capricorn. Hi Capricorn, welcome. Let's take a look at your week. This is a huge week for you because Venus is about to turn retrograde, and it's just going to be a whole bunch of transits for the next couple months for you. So you're hitting your mark, and this is going to be intense, but not intense in the same way 2019 and 2020 was. And I wouldn't be surprised if many Capricorns don't find closure through this time about things that came up in 2019 and 2020. So that's good. But yeah, I feel like a lot of different things pressing on your time and energy. Moving on, leaving something behind. I really feel as though right away I felt this. I'm observing the world. I'm pretending to be you. I'm observing the world around me, and I'm paying attention to what's going on. And it's like, this person's doing this and this person's doing that. And like you sort of feel empowered to respond to it. And I think like removing yourself and like getting away from what they're doing is a big thing. Six of Swords. You finally have the opportunity to judge the environment you're in. And don't tell people, like, people say don't judge and all this. And yes, don't judge based on superficial things. But if something's not working for you, judge it away and judge it out of your life. Okay, there's your card, the Devil, Capricorn. I think there's a conflict of interest between your environment and what you have going on and where you're going in the world. And I feel like you've been too nice to allow the wrong company in. I'm just going to say it. Four of Cups. I think you're getting insight about some things from the world around you. You're getting clear inspiration, or there's some kind of insight that's coming through that's really pinpointing about what you should do and what you shouldn't do it. It's up to you to hear it out. If you ignore it, it's just going to get louder. So the next time it shows up, it's going to be more of a dramatic situation, more intense and so forth. So try to catch whatever is you're being shown as early as possible. Then we have the Magician here. This could mean that you're going to meet someone who is going to be very assertive towards you, and they're going to show you that they like you a lot. Someone's going to step up and be like, hey, Capricorn, you're around someone who's a very self-directed person. If this isn't in love, then it's in business. Somebody who's kind of going after what they want, and they're taking you along. So that's why they're showing up here. Very, very lucky. People could describe this person as bossy, but they take responsibility on their own shoulders, and so they make decisions in the right direction. Then we have Two of Swords, Moon in Libra for Thursday. I feel as though you're toiling with the things you're perceiving around you. There's like a pause. So you're like, you kind of know what you need to do and why you need to do it, but there is still a little bit of tenuousness with finally deciding. So I don't, at least here, Monday through Thursday, I don't think you're fully committed to taking a step quite yet. I think like everything's being set up in your life, like energetically, as to what to do next. Okay, then we have the Page of Pentacles, a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. For some of you, this may be a new physical connection, or someone hits on you like in a physical way. It's very, very on the physical level, like, hey, you're cute. There could be like intimacy going on for you this week, and that's very nice. Shut off your feelings and just move on with things. That could be also a part of the energy. Then we have the Two of Cups. That's nice. I could see like a nice morning brunch, an easier weekend. Allow yourself to have feelings. Something's pushing on you to make up your mind about what you're supposed to do, but I really feel as though it's not yet time for you to act, and I feel like this person will be a big influence on you in the future, not this week. And then we have the there's other things that are going to come up. So let me just summarize what I said, because I don't think I said it too clearly. I feel as though there's a lot of stuff up in the air around you at this time, Capricorn. And I think you're making up your mind about your environment and the people within it. And I feel like a new path is forming, and a good path for you at this time, but I don't think it's ready yet. So this week, I think you need to let certain things happen. There's instability in your environment. Turn off your feelings and have like fun with someone, passionate fun with someone, if that's what makes you happy. You know, take some time to enjoy yourself, because data points, you're collecting data, you're collecting information. Okay, now let's see Aquarius and Pisces. We made it, you guys. It was just over an hour. Oh, tried my best. Okay. Aquarius. Hi, Aquarians. So this is one of the last weeks of Jupiter in Aquarius. So if you need to buy yourself something nice, like, if you want to kind of give yourself a little present or a little boost, a little pick-me-up, then this is the time for it. You might get something on sale. You might get a good deal on something, but just allow yourself to receive something that you normally wouldn't. Allow your life to be infused with some new energy. Okay, then we have this card, which is, it's getting so dark that it's not going to focus very well anymore, but we have the Ten of Wands. I feel as though you're working hard and you need to take a step. Jupiter in your sign can make life very, very hectic and very, very busy. And you have Saturn in Aquarius as well, which is your ruler. So you have a lot of things to pay attention to, new opportunities, and you're being asked to change a lot through this time. So it's just a lot of demands on your time and focus. Again, the Devil here. Okay. You had initiated some things while Saturn was in Capricorn of a financial nature, and those things have grown and they require a lot of attention at this time. They require a lot of your attention and focus, and they're quite like demanding of your attention, but they're worthwhile things. You know how you start something new and it's like, oh, this is fun, yeah. But then it gets too busy. It's not that it's bad. It's just you're at that phase where you have to put a lot of work in to maintain something that you initiated as a fun project or idea. And now you're putting in the heavy work. It's like working out. At first, working out is fun. You're working out, you're getting fit. But like 100 times in like the gym, and you're sick of looking at yourself in the mirror and staring at the same things. So it's, it's the grind. You're in the grind. Okay. So then we have the Hierophant. Something from school should be important to you now. Some piece of information from a teacher or that you learned in school will come in handy this week. The next message is the Last Judgment. A big decision that you might be doubting whether or not a big decision that you made about someone or something in the past was the right one. It definitely is, and it's going to take you in a good direction. So this week you might be like, did I make the right decision about this person or this situation? I'm getting more of a person, like you're wondering whether you were wrong or right about them, and whether it's someone who is doing a service for you, or a person who you chose to bring into your life or taken out of your life. Whatever big decision that you made, Aquarius, it's a good one. It's taking you in the right direction. Knight of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Somebody's going to disclose something from their heart to you this week, and it's very important what they say. So whatever they tell you, it's going to be somebody's bringing good energy to you from their heart. Okay, then we have the Queen of Pentacles. You're not calling someone back, or you're icing someone out of principle. Somebody's tried you one too many times, or you're asserting your rights in a situation. That's what you're going to be doing. That's what love is looking like for you at this time. So whether it's within a relationship or someone you're dating, or if you're looking around, you're very, very particular at this time about who's right and who's wrong for you. Then we have the Eight of Swords. Okay. And so you've put yourself out there, Aquarius, and things are moving so fast that on Saturday you may experience a little bit of agitation or worry about whether or not those things will work out for you in the right way. You're going to do fine. Don't self-doubt yourself. It's just because work and the pressure, I feel like you're in the pressure cooker at this time. A lot of things going on for you. So just hold on, get it done. Jupiter will be out of Aquarius soon, and things will calm down a lot by that point. Then we have the Four of Pentacles. Sunday or at some point this week, say no to plans. Go be by yourself. Conserve your energy. What it feels like to me is that you're expanding a lot of energy at this time on a lot of different pursuits and a lot of different activities. That's a good thing, but you need to take some time for yourself this week or you're going to burn out. It just feels like your energy is just popping all over the place. It feels like you're tired. It feels like you're, for good reason, like a good workout, right? It's not a bad thing, and there will be a good outcome from that, but take some downtime. Pisces. Hi, Pisces. I did this so fast so that I could do your reading too today. Let's take a look at your messages. So Pisces has the moon in Pisces this week. I forgot to tell Aquarians that their moon is happening right now, but Pisces moon this week towards the end of the week. I think Thursday, Friday, or something like that. So let's take a look. That means that the transit of the moon is in Pisces. Okay. Let's see the next message. So on the bottom, we have the King of Pentacles, Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. Gemini had this transit too, I think. This card. King of Pentacles, again, it feels as though you're in the good place at this time. You found yourself in a good place. You have what you want. You have what you need. And you feel self-resourceful. Like it's a good energy for you at this time. You've done what you needed to do at the time you needed to do it. Here, let me see if I can squeeze any light out of this. If you didn't watch the beginning, I wasn't able. It's getting dark. Very dark, as you can see, and I wanted to do this for you guys before the sun sets within a couple minutes. Okay, it's actually, the sun is setting right now, so sorry about the quality. We'll do better next time. But King of Pentacles, you have what you want and what you need. You're comfortable. You've put in a lot of effort, Pisces. Let's see your next message. Ace of Cups. So you're on some new beginning, and new things are beginning for you. I sense a lot of time at home thinking about these new opportunities. You're figuring out what you're going to do next, what you want to do, and where you want to go. Page of Wands. There's influence upon you to go on an adventure or a journey. And so you are feeling encouraged by a person or from within yourself to go somewhere else, go travel, etc. It's like an instinct or intuition. Then we have the Three of Pentacles, good things happening for you at work. Your hard work is being noticed and continuing a good direction there. There's like a really good foundation for you with regard to money, security, those kinds of things. That's for you here. Then we have the Seven of Swords. Again, there's a lot of signs removing themselves from circumstances that are messy and ugly. So this position here, it's very lucky for you to avoid petty drama, distractions, someone who is just infusing the situation with their own narrative. Just go and be successful on your own. Then we have the Eight of Pentacles, which is Sun in Virgo. And so you could find yourself being very close to someone romantically this week through hard work. So working with them on a project or doing something nice. There could be a lot of camaraderie, and it could be someone with whom, for those of you who are single, it could be someone with whom you haven't had romantic interest before, but as you're working on something this week, you might find new love or like shared passions motivate love, you know? Then we have the Queen of Cups. Oh, you're going to fall in love this week. Maybe not in love, but a crush. There's definitely a crush coming, I think. And it might be around work or what you're doing. You find shared values. You're like, oh, this person feels the same way as me. And I think something is like turning your head. Someone's free spirit, somebody's nice energy. It doesn't have to go anywhere from here. It's just a nice energy here. And then we have the Seven of Wands. That's what it is. Something's drawing you in. You're attracted, like raccoons are attracted to shiny things. You're attracted to somebody's good vibes. But I think that you have a direction that you're on that's going to be a lot of sacrifice for you to switch directions for. And so I think that there's, at this time at least, there's like a hesitancy to explore that direction or go deeper into it. But I do think that like somebody captures your attention. There's definitely some spiritual thing, like someone who is spiritual, like, and I don't mean like spiritual, like religious. I mean spiritual, like has a good energy. Somebody gets your attention. You're like, oh, and you might have a crush or something like that. But I think that that pulls you away too much from where you're at and where you're going. So I think by Sunday, you're going to be feeling like, maybe I just need to take care of what I have. And it reminds you of everything that you've earned and have and everything you've become. So you guys, thanks for watching. Sorry I just caught it at the end of the day. I was trying to go sooner, but we'll be back soon with more. And thank you for watching this dark and grim reading. I hope you guys have a good week. Check out my other videos here for the eclipse. They're still relevant, and they have a collective tarot message and an astrology overview. Thanks so much for watching. I'll talk to you